This session we will discuss about microbes and human welfare, and in that there are various aspects in which microbes are helpful to us. So I would like to focus on few of the aspects which are essential or interesting for us. So let's look at few of them, and then we will discuss them a little elaborately. So the areas in which microbes are helpful to us and which we will be discussing, they are helpful to us in many ways, of course. So they are helpful to us in household products, in different household products that you can look in the screen and the picture that generally shows. They are helpful to us in industrial products, okay, which are listed again in the picture here. You can see wine, beer, whiskey, like beverages, ethanol. They are useful to us in providing antibiotics, isn't it? So that's how they are industrially useful to us. We will also discuss about microbes in sewage treatment. Okay, we will also discuss in this session and in the coming sessions about microbes and or microbes in production of biogas, microbes as biocontrol agents in which they control many other organisms, so pesticides and all. Also microbes as biofertilizers. So there are so many, but the enlisted ones in the course is this much, so I will concentrate on these, discussing a little briefly about that. So let's start with household products as one of the discussion point in this session today. And if you go by microorganisms, be it a virus, a bacterium, or a protozoan, or a fungus, why they are called microorganisms? Because they are not visible to naked eye. They need to be seen under microscope. And there are many microbes which are useful to us, although they are harmful as well, but there are many which are useful to us. So since the human civilization, I believe humans knew the importance of microorganisms in their life, and they are found everywhere, almost everywhere. They inhabited water, they inhabited soil, the land, inside our body, at high temperature, at very low temperature, and even they have this is because they have the ability to live even in adverse conditions. So with the advancement of technology, like modern biotechnological applications and genetic engineering, they are being used very well now. So there are different methods to grow these microorganisms in either nutritive medium or any other medium, and then they are used differently for our need. So let's look at the first one, like how they are useful in household products. The common or the best example for household product where microbes are useful is, of course, yogurt, which is generally shown in the screen, and the bacterium which is very commonly used is Lactobacillus. So this bacterium is useful in making curd from milk. Lactobacillus is the bacteria they used in this process. So they are collectively, along with Lactobacillus, there are also some other bacteria which are used. They are collectively known as lactic acid bacteria, or LAB. They are collectively known as LAB, lactic acid bacteria. So curd is, how curd is prepared is that curd is prepared by adding small amount of curd or buttermilk in a required milk and incubated at a suitable temperature. And that's what commonly followed at home as well. So now, since the lactic acid bacterium is present, it will help in coagulation of the milk or the milk protein, and milk protein is digested by acids, and then the curd is produced. And along with that, because of this lactic acid lactobacillus bacterium, vitamin B12 is also added to it automatically. So these bacterium protect us from the adverse effect of harmful bacteria present in our stomach, and also there is a role by this bacteria to add vitamin B12 to this. And this process of fermentation or useful bacterium is also used to prepare the famous South Indian breakfast product, dosa or idli and so on. And then also these are used in preparation of dough, okay, where they help in smoothness or rising of the dough, okay. And similarly, the other one which is also useful to us is this particular microorganism, which is the yeast. Scientifically, it is known as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is used to prepare bread. Basically, it is a fungus. Yeast is a fungus. It is used to prepare bread. It is used to prepare wine or beer. And there are many or any alcoholic beverages. Okay, so even these are used in preparation of traditional drinks and foods obtained by microbes. Such drinks and foods are generally prepared by fermentation process. And today a traditional drink is also prepared by fermenting sap from palm tree in South India. Food material is prepared from fish, soybean and bamboo by passing them through fermentation process. So the process that is followed here is fermentation, in which if it is alcoholic beverage, then it will follow alcoholic fermentation, in which ethanol is also produced. And by these preparations, different types of drinks are also generally produced, which we will discuss in industrial products. Food material is also prepared like cheese, which is prepared by this method. You can look at different types of cheese. The one on your screen, left to your screen, is Swiss cheese. This is produced by a specific type of bacterium, which is called as Propionibacterium sermani. You can look at Propionibacterium. Fodena cheese, I don't know the pronunciation, you can pronounce anyway. This is the bacterium which is used for preparing the Swiss cheese. Specifically, another cheese which is called as Roquefort cheese. To your right of your screen, what you can see, this cheese is prepared by growing mold on the cheese. So a specific mold is grown on the cheese so that it gets a specific type of flavor. And there are many other types of cheese which are generally feta is one more type of cheese which you can look for or see in the net. These are generally prepared by using molds growing on them, so that they get a specific type of flavor and the type of vitamins that is required. So cheese is also prepared by using microorganisms. Similarly, other homemade things like pickles, are the result of lactic acid fermentation. Next, fruits like citrus and vegetables, they are generally allowed for fermentation to produce pickles. One more thing which is very useful in the farmyard is the ensilage, which is generally the food material which is prepared for cattle from the fodder, which is allowed for fermentation of the carbohydrates in green plant tissue, and so this is used as cattle feed, which is generally carried out by fermentation of the green plant tissues, which are taken out after harvesting, which is allowed for fermentation. Then it is used as food for the cattle. So overall, if you look at, there are many ways in which microorganisms are useful in the household and farmyard. So one is enchiladas, next is production of cheese, use of yeast in bread making and in different bakeries. So bakery and beverages. This is where yeast is useful. Then lactobacillus, which is useful in yogurt and curd making. Then you can see pickles, wines, all these things are generally prepared or using microorganisms. So they are very useful, definitely in the household as well in many other areas. In the next session, we will look at how they are useful in industrial products. Thank you.